Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Now I know it's not normal for me to pop on live here with my face before a budget closeout video, but if you've been following my channel, you know that things have been quite wild in my life lately. And yes, there is a new background here. You better get used to it because this is where I'll probably be filming a lot more videos. I have found a new place and I'm excited to update you all in an upcoming live or video, whatever honestly is convenient for me. But I wanted to pop up before the video started playing as a little disclaimer. So I went to a wedding in Philadelphia for about 3 days towards the end of July, and during that time really all of my expenses went on my Alaska Airlines credit card. So I really did not have an expense line for it, and it is now August 7th and I am just closing out that budget. So instead of itemizing out each expense, I'm just going to roll over a bunch of basically cash into my August budget, and then from there we will kind of disperse it. So that'll be the next video that comes out after this one. So a lot of these numbers are just not necessarily accurate, and I wanted to be transparent about that. The main expenses, like the things that occur every single month, are accurate. The variable expenses are really where it gets a little bit wonky, really just around like eating out. I mean, the number is actually a lot higher. I looked at my credit card statement and I was like, oh no, that's not great. Let's jump into the video and we can close out July and then stay tuned for setting up the August budget. And now that I'm in a new humble abode here, I hope to just be more and more consistent with you guys like I've been promising. So thank you so much for being patient on this video, and let's jump into it. Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know I have a short disclaimer at the beginning of this video, but we will be closing out July 22's budget. And if you've been following this channel, holy moly, life has been crazy. But this is my expense tracker for the second half of July. And you can see I use a highlighter method still. It's still visually the best option for me. And as we go back to my actual budget breakdown here of where kind of the money actually went these 2 weeks of July, as you can see, my income was almost exactly as I had expected it to be. So $16.52 from my full-time job, $36 from rollover. Venmo was about $28 more, and then I did have to borrow some money from my emergency fund because I was way off in my budgeting and I honestly kind of overspent. So my total income was $2,016. Everything here, so I guess let me explain this. So rent, this was for my old rent. So my old rent was $743. That was half of the rent. And when I had done this budget, I did not know where I was going to be moving to, so I just budgeted as normal. And then Spotify was $10. Xfinity, I didn't realize that you pay basically not in advance, but you pay a month later after using their services. So from the old apartment, I still had $74 of a bill left over, so I just paid that. And then LA Fitness, this got charged to my Alaska Airlines card. I do know that it is actually $50 now. So when we kind of like do the expenses for whatever I put on there, my crazy spending, then you'll see that that's there. But for the purposes of this budget, it did not get paid. Electricity was $50. I saved for that. And then Acorns was $3. This is like the monthly subscription thing. And then therapy was $25, and then extra rent. So this went towards my application and I think also some electricity for the new place that I'm in. So it was the application fee for the new place and then electricity for my old apartment. And old as in like 3-4 months ago, not the second apartment. This is so confusing, but my total expenses was $986, which leaves me with $1,030. So going to the variable expenses, and this is what I was mentioning in terms of this is where the numbers get off. They're definitely underrepresented here. It should be a lot higher, especially in the eating out, the fun and entertainment, like so many of these things you know, it's just a little bit less than it should be. So grocery was $31. My mom was here, and then we kind of just ate out, and she honestly paid for so much, which I'm so thankful for. And then eating out, what I paid for was $117. Gas and car, $45. Fun and entertainment was $43. So that was under. A lot of these are all under, which is good, but like I said, they're not accurate. Miscellaneous, $39, and then I didn't spend any money on travel and vacation. So total variable expenses was $275, leaving me with $755. For the Alaska Airlines card, I actually ended up paying the total balance at the time that I paid it, which was $145. When I paid it, this ended up being, it went down to $0, and then I put a lot more money on there because in my mind, I like to think, oh, I'm earning miles, but then I forget that I used that card for something. So I need to be better at tracking the expenses and paying it off like right away, whether I create a habit to do it every morning or every afternoon or every other day or every Friday. Something has to change in my mentality and the way I do this, so I'm not racking up a bunch of debt here. And then it's like when I look at my actual checking account, I have more money than I thought I did. $145 total towards debt leaves me $610 left over for the extra savings. And then for savings, I ended up putting $120 towards my student loan savings account that I have right now. And I think that's coming due back in September. So I'll make a big lump sum payment to the smaller amount, and then we'll have to kind of redo the budget thing as well. And then house, I put $200 towards, so a total of $320, leaving me actually with $290 left to roll over into the first weeks of August. Now, we're not done yet. So because it's the end of the month, I am going to close out, well, I already have. I'll show you how I closed out the July's budget. And this page right here, I have not been utilizing. I don't really have that much debt. It's like the 2 student loans and the Alaska Airlines card. And other than that, like I just don't find the need to like utilize this necessarily, but I do utilize where did my money go. So someone made a comment that in the difference category that I had the plus and minuses incorrect. So I don't think there's really a right or a wrong way. I think it just depends on how you interpret it. So when I do my calculations, I do the monthly budget, what I had budgeted for, minus the monthly spent, what I actually spent that month. And this is the difference. So if I'm positive, that means I have money left over. If I'm in the negative, it means I went over budget. Like I went into the negative for this category. And this one I stayed in the positive, stayed in the green. So that's just how my mind works. If your mind works differently, I mean, I don't think there's a right or a wrong way to really do it. Just whatever is easiest for you to understand, because it's your budget and you have to be able to understand it. So my total earned income was $4,623. Other income was $142, and then I did use $200 in savings. So total monthly inflow was $4,965. And you can see it all broken out here if you want to pause the video and really get down to the nitty gritty. The largest expense was rent and utilities because I had to pay like 2 rents again. So it is what it is, but we did have some pretty positive things here as well. For the debt and the savings, so for debt, I paid $207 in total towards my Alaska Airlines credit card, which is fantastic. So 4.2%, which actually that's not really fantastic actually now that I think about it. But the savings is still good. So I saved 15% of my total income. So a total of $753 towards my student loan, my emergency fund, and a future house. And then I don't utilize this page either. I could use it, but I don't. So yeah, that's really everything for this month. I think once we get, August's budget set up, once we can close that budget out, and then once we can get the second half of August set up, I think I'll be in a much better routine. And stay tuned, because in between this video and setting up August budget, I'll have an update for you guys on everything that has happened and where I'm at today and just how it's really going to overall impact my budget honestly in a very, very, very positive way. So stay tuned for that. I appreciate each and every one of you watching this video, providing just me endless support and being so patient while I just transition in this honestly quarter life crisis happening of mine. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate each of you, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.